Hi everybody. I'm Kate. This is Split Thread. I talk about machine embroidery, crochet, and sewing, and random other stuff. So I have been gone for about 10 days, and it's all kind of like smushed together, and I've lost days here and there. So basically, what happened was I know I mentioned a few times that it was like the temperature was really hot. It was too hot to work out here. Anyway, we had a couple of days. I'm in Southern California. We had a couple of days that were like 110 and up. I think the highest, we have a digital thermometer, and the highest that it was reading on my front porch was 118, which is absolutely insane. I think my high from last year was like 114. But anyway, the AC couldn't keep up. It was too hot. It was Labor Day weekend. My husband had some time off, so we went down to the beach. Coming back, we saw just like a column of smoke. So I don't want to give away exactly where I live, but we were right around the Fairview Fire area, which thankfully they have mostly under control at this point. We have had a couple of days of really heavy rain, and we were right outside the evacuation area, so we never had to leave. But we have horses and we have a lot going on here, so we were ready to leave, and we were helping anyone that we could who had to leave. And so we had a couple of days where we weren't sure if we were going to be staying. So I didn't get a ton done. I'm just kind of getting settled back this week. My middle child started some activities, and then I took my oldest to class today for an orientation. So anyway, no embroidery has happened. I do have some updates on some whips, and I have a couple of finished objects. So I'm just gonna go through everything as fast as I can, and then I'm just going to restart all of my crochet and sewing projects next week, as if this last 2 weeks didn't happen, because it's been hectic and it's been crazy, and I haven't really gotten much done. Anyway, I have not woven in ends, but I did show this off when I was partway finished with it in another video. My daughter wore this, I don't know, a week ago, 2 weeks, I'm not sure. Again, I lost a day. It was really, really cute on her. But this is an 8/2 cotton. I used a size H hook. I mean, like, it's, I guess an adult like could wear it. It's a little bit small, I guess, if you wanted like a little bit of a pop of color under a jacket or something. But my toddler wore this, and it was adorable. So there's that. Okay, so then my next finished object, I bought the yarn at the flea market. So I found out this is a poly wrapped acrylic. And I have the name of the company, but I cannot pronounce it. So at some point I will post that. They do ship to the United States. However, I found out that the ball that was being sold at the flea market, I believe, is 90 grams. And the balls that they have listed on the website are 50 grams. So if you were, this is just a cute little cowl. If you were going to do something like this and you were going to order the yarn off the website, you would need 2 balls. And again, actually my daughter liked this one, so she actually wore it one day. But again, this is just, I'm doing a lot with the virus stitch right now. So okay, so that is finished. Put that over here. Okay, so my next finished object was my daughter's dinosaur dress, which came unsnapped. I finally made up with my sewing machine, but I did the toddler dress, and she wore this one, yeah, Monday, I think. She's kind of a tall kid, so It is a little bit long. There are a few things that I am doing differently on the other two that I'm working on. I have the Clone Wars fabric that I got the day that I bought this dinosaur fabric, and then I also got a Spider-Man fabric. And what I'm doing differently with those is I'm doing the skirt. Okay, this skirt is 2 panels. It's a front and a back, and they're both the same size. So in the next iteration of this dress, I am making the skirt a 3-panel skirt. So what I'm doing is I'm having the front is staying the same, and then I'm splitting the back panel, and I am continuing this is the back of the bodice. I am continuing this split farther down, and I'm adding more snaps to it, because like, I mean, we can get this on and off of her, but I think it would just be a little bit easier and a little bit more comfortable if the opening continued down a little bit farther. So I am doing that. But anyway, that is the dinosaur dress. Honestly, I think that her brothers like it more than I do. But that is a favorite. Okay, so the next in progress item. Let me grab this. Okay. I did have 2 of my previous finished objects actually got featured on other channels, and I'll have to link those at some point later on. But on KS Mom Crochets, she had her Friday photos, and I sent her the picture of my post-virus shawl from Bag O' Day Crochet, and then I also sent that same one to Crafting Kitty, and she featured that that's in the slideshow for her Bag O' Day Crochet like creator spotlight. Okay, so we're moving on to my in progress items. Okay, so this is taking me forever. Okay, but this is the christening gown. This is a Yarnspirations free pattern. This is Aunt Lydia's size 10, which, okay, I absolutely love crochet thread. If you can't stand it and all you have used is like size 3, size 10, even like down to size 80. If all you have used is mercerized 3-ply cotton crochet thread, please send me a message. They're like 3-ply mercerized, it doesn't feel right in your hands. It's very difficult to work with. It is just, I'll show, I'm working on other stuff. I'll show you guys some more stuff in a minute. But I think of all the crochet threads, I don't know exactly why this is like the popular, like the standard, like it makes really pretty stuff, but it's really annoying to work with, and there are alternatives that are just gorgeous. So anyway, this is taking me forever because I just don't like working on it as much as I think I should. So I am partway through starting the bodice. Up here I've started the gathers. So the skirt panel, when you're working the vertical portion, you do it to length. So the skirt was as big as it was supposed to be, and I did a gauge swatch when I started, and for some reason my skirt is not currently measuring what it's supposed to. Like, it should be a lot smaller, and my stitches are the same size as my gauge swatch. So I've got to do a little bit of figuring. I may possibly need to add like another row of gathers to make it the size that it should be in the pattern, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm also doing a no-no because I am still working on the lace on the bottom. even though I have started the top. So I have 2 different balls hooked up to this, but I loved the way that this looked. Like, it's worth doing the whole entire pattern just to make this gorgeous lace at the bottom. So what I am doing, the lace should have ended here. I should have had another one of these really pretty, is that popcorn stitch? I think it is. Anyway, you should have had another row of this decorative stitch. Sorry, that's the wrong side. This is the right side. I'm looking at the pretty side. Okay, so we should have had another row of this right here. Right here, okay? And then that should have been it. But what I'm gonna do is I am going to make this, I'm gonna make, instead of having 2 rows of this, I am going to have, I'm gonna have another row exactly like this over here, and I'm gonna make this panel that I added, I'm gonna make it pretty wide. So yeah, anyway, I really like how this looks, and honestly I'm thinking that I might do like a wrap for myself in definitely using this pattern. This is really simple. It's just chains and single crochets with chain spaces. Anyway, I love it. It's really, really, really cute. It's really, really easy. So I think that once I get finished with this, I will play around a little bit. I definitely will not use this Aunt Lydia's number 10 because I hate it. But I will play around with some other things that I have, and I will do something like it because y'all, this is gorgeous. So but yeah, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna make this. I have honestly considered finishing the top so that I can see how the top looks, because I'm considering adding like a whole 18 inches to the bottom. Like, think like Kate Middleton holding the prince, like halfway to the floor kind of look. So we shall see how this turns out. But yeah, I'm no longer pretending to really follow the pattern all that closely. All right, so then we have the pots and pans set. The yarn finally came, but it came like 2 days ago, so 12 days late. So this is exactly where I left off when I ran out of yarn, and I misplaced my hook. I believe it's in my truck somewhere. So I will need to find it and then get back working on this, but nothing has happened with the kitchen set, so that will continue at a later date. And then let me make sure I don't just like pick this up and rip out a ton of stitches. Come on. I'm gonna pull this loop up. Okay. Alright, so this is another cowl that I was working on. Again, it's the virus stitch. Now this is a 16-2 cotton, okay? And the 16-2, it's unmercerized. It is a 2-ply. It is exactly half of the diameter of this 8-2 cotton, okay? So this was done with an H hook. This, and the orientation of the stitches is different, okay? But it is the same stitch. But this was done with an H, and this is a 1.5 millimeter. This is a size 8 steel hook. Okay, so it has a really good drape. I like how it feels. And keep in mind, I live somewhere where if it hits 60 degrees, that's cold. That's wintertime. Like that's that's really cold for where I live. So anyway, this is how it looks right now, folded over. Of course, it is circular. And I believe, I want to say it's 40 inches all the way around. And I think right now I'm at 14 inches this way. So I'm going to add a couple more inches on and then I'll be done with this. But this one I was making for a gift, and then I started another project which I don't have out here with me in a different color, which might actually be better for that person. So I will see what I end up doing with this one. It might still end up going to my friend though. Oh, and I am making one of these for somebody else in purple right now. I don't have that one out here either. And I'm making one in black because a couple of people saw that and reached out to me, and so I will be working on those for a while. I listen to podcasts while I work, and I also take advantage of all of the amazing library systems near where I live. And so I have a bunch of library cards, and I have my Kindle set up to read to me. So when I am working, I am usually either listening to true crime or history podcasts, or I am listening to audiobooks, because I like when you're listening to like a machine in the background. Now when I do this machine, I'm not listening to anything, I'm listening to the machine. But like when I have my sewing machine going, when my single needle embroidery machine is going, typically I'm listening to something. And it's really hard for me to listen to music when you just have that constant underlying noise. Like I can listen to somebody talk, I really cannot listen to music unless I have it turned up really loud, and I can't do that for long. So anyway, so this is one of the ones somebody asked me to do after seeing, okay, so somebody saw this one and they liked the size of the stitches, but they wanted it in this cream that's smaller. Okay, so this is a 16-2 cotton, which it's the same size as this, but it's a different size hook. Actually, I'm making a mess. I'm getting everything tangled up. Okay, but okay, so this is what the 1.5 millimeter hook looks like, and this is what the 2.75 millimeter hook looks like. So this is the one for, do I have it? Yeah, I have it facing the right way. Okay, so that is the hook for the cream color. See if I can hold these where they can be seen. Okay, so that's the difference in the hook size. Makes a big difference on the stitch. Anyway, so this was a request, and I really like the way that it is turning out, so I will probably end up doing this again. Let's see. So I'm not sure how big this one will end up being, but it's just like a really nice, classic, lacy dress-up look to it. So anyway, I think that is the long hair problems. I think that's the end of what I brought out here. I do have a few more things going on, but I just don't have it right here. Anyway, I did want to show you guys this though. So I buy a lot of my string in mill cones, and this one I bought from Kansas Yarn Barn a while back. This is their 16-2 mill cone, and this is technically sold as weaving yarn, but it does have a nice feel to it. It is softer if you use a smaller hook. Like it has like, this has a better feel to it, even though it's pretty much the same yarn. This kind of has like a little bit more of a, I wouldn't say it's scratchy, it's just not super soft. Anyway, but if you use a smaller hook on this, it does have a better feel. I like the way that it drapes and it falls, and I like the lacy look. And I'm really having fun with the Virus Stitch, and I'm glad that other people are liking it too, because I have, let's see, I have the black one, the purple one, I have this one, I have another blue one, I have this blue one that I'm working on right now that I'm trying to finish. And then I have a couple of people that I told, like, I will hit you up when I get some things done, because I have people that want things, and I said just let me finish like 1 or 2 things and then I will get back with you. So but a lot of people have asked me literally to make like the same thing. I think I have 2 people that want a triangular one, but all of the rest are like this infinity style. So that's what I'm working on. But I have not gotten a chance to watch any of my crochet YouTube videos since I think Labor Day weekend. But my family is good, we're safe, the property that we're on didn't get touched. All of our neighbors made it through fine. There were fatalities in the fire though, and I believe that there was somebody injured, and there are some people who lost like businesses and homes. So if you're the kind of person that prays, please keep them in your prayers, and you know, pray for rain, because we really need it. So anyway, with that, I am out, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye.